with everyone and sharing. So I'm very grateful. So I'm going to work sitting down just because I'm holding this and I'm holding this. There was going to be a microphone and speakers and it weren't allowed. So it's my raw voice with no effects on it. And we'll just see how it goes. So I just hope you can hear me. I'll try not to have the track too loud. It's probably loud enough for me to hear. But I'm going to start with a song that came out about a year before the rest of them, just because it's the very first one that I recorded and released in 40 years of singing. It's my first album. I know that you love this one. And this song came about. I'd had some healing with a lady called Siri from South Africa, and I call her more than a mother. When I met her at a Stargate ceremony, she was assisting a man called Pragiti who'd come over from Mount Shasta, and we just said, it's nice to see you again. And you know, we'd never met each other in this lifetime. And then she came to the centre and she did a bone reading and some healing with me, and it was quite amazing. And then probably at least 2 years later, one morning Stu said to me, can you write a song for, and he told me what this couple were going through and what it was for. And I thought, what a strange thing to ask me. He doesn't know me as a songwriter. And thinking about it, some of them had come through, hadn't they? Because I've been waking up in the morning and thinking, I've got to record that. And I forgot about it. And then 2 weeks later, this chorus came through, and it's based on the work that Siri did with me on that healing exercise. So this song started off as a song to help people with a specific thing that had happened to them involving children that didn't make it to the earth plane. And then eventually we were sat in the garden one day and I just had this vision of a violin, and I heard these 4 notes. And I said to Stu, I've got to go in and sing this. And as I sang it into the phone, the whole of the backdrop came in, which is so that is recorded, because then over a period of time a narrative came in. Now I might do the narrative, I might not, I don't know if I can remember all of it. I've had a little go at it, but if it's not in the right order it won't work. But I feel that some of you may know the chorus. I light a candle for you, and it's the same every time. It's I light a candle for you, I light a candle for you, blessed be your name, blessed be your soul, blessed be your name, I light a candle for you. If at any point you wish to join in, please do, then I won't feel like I'm on my own. So I'm going to start with that one because it's where it all began really.
Blessed be your name. I light a candle for you. Where will I find you now that you're gone? I sit and I wonder as time lingers on. Moments of stillness, like life is on hold. Where will I find you now that you're gone? My heart is in pieces, my world in disarray. We knew this wasn't forever, but never thought we'd see the day. Time is on hold. Where will I find you now that you're gone? I think of something simple, a promise that we shared. Each one to light a candle when the other wasn't there. So let your soul just rest a while from the day that time just stood to the day that brought us closer, love, than closeness ever could. I light a candle for you. I light a candle for you. Blessed be your soul, blessed be your name. I light a candle for you.
typo.
I light a candle for you. Blessed be your soul, blessed be your name. I light a candle for you. Blessed be your soul, blessed be your name. I light a candle for you.
I'm crying because I thought, well, I didn't bother to learn that one yesterday. The narrative's quite sad. Thank you. Thank you.
That was so beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Bless you. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to sing you a song now called 200,000 Miles of Love. There's some ohms in there, so if you hear some ohms going, you can do a bit of ohming if you want to. Towards the end, I'll get you doing a bit of ahhing with me. This story behind this song, I had a car that my mum helped me to buy. My car, my mechanic was refusing to fix it anymore, and because it had done such a lot of miles. And then I had a car that my mum helped me to buy just before she passed. She was very poorly, and she helped me to get this car because the mechanic was refusing to fix mine. And when it came to the time when I had to get rid of that car, it was actually driving okay. I can't remember why I went to look at a new car, but I've been told by a medium a long time ago the type of car I was going to have and the colour I was going to have. But this medium in this spiritualist church had said you're going to have a blue Peugeot, so I kept looking at all these Peugeots for years. It was years, like a lot of mileage. And then I had a bump on the way to a gig one night. And when I got to the gig, everything in the hotel was beige, and the manager was beige, and the room I got changed was beige, and the room I sang in was beige. And then I heard a message, follow me, I'm the one in beige. And then I was looking at the garage, at the cars, and they'd got a beige one of what I thought was having in blue, and it had follow me lights, and that's why I've got follow me, I'm the one in beige. So I knew to have this car, and I was walking through the Kingfisher shopping centre, I don't know whether any of you know it in Redditch, and my hands started going like that, and I heard, sign the contract, sign for the car on the Friday. But I wanted to get to 200,000 miles in my car, and I wasn't quite there. So I went to the garage and I said, I want to sign for the car today, but I want to use it for my gig, my last gig on Saturday. I had to go to Buckinghamshire for this gig. I want to go to Buckingham in my car because I want to get to 200,000 miles. And strangely, you came with me because you didn't come to all of my gigs then, did you? But Stu came with me, and he said on the way there, I was still in the old car, and on the way he said, I don't really know why you're changing this car, you don't really need to. Anyway, on the way back down a dark country lane, literally probably 10 or 15 minutes from the gig on the way home, no signal, the car just cut out, just like that. Everything went, it just faded, the lights and everything. He had 17% on his phone, I had 19 on mine, we couldn't charge it because the car had cut out. We were newly together because he'd never seen me have a hypo, I'm diabetic, and I didn't have anything with me, any sugar. And my sugar was dropping, and he was going, you can't do this to me now. And he had to walk up the road in the dark to ring the recovery. And I was doing an angelic Reiki course, so I had to be back. We got home, the recovery man came eventually, and he'd said, bring chocolate. And he didn't bring chocolate. He didn't bring chocolate. He's not allowed to bring food to the customer, so he didn't bring chocolate. And as soon as we got in the car, he said, I can only take you to the first services because it's the end of my shift. So we got there and had something to eat and something sweet. And then that guy said, I can only take you to our depot because it's the end of my shift. So we got back at 6 in the morning, and then I had to be at the centre for 8 in the morning. So it was a bit of a crazy time. But this song came out of that because that car had nearly 200,000 miles on the clock. And when I was going to look at a blue one at a garage a long way away, this song started coming through. I was going around the roundabout and I started hearing 200,000 miles of love, because the car, I loved the car and it came out of love. And as I thought, I've got to write this down, and as I pulled off the roundabout, there was a lane on the left called Featherbed Lane, which for me is just another angelic sign. So the song came through then, but what I realised when I'm writing, it just comes through really quickly and it channels quite quickly. And when I looked back at it afterwards, every verse is a different experience I've had with angels or with spirit. So I'm not going to tell you all of the stories, but there's about 7 verses. I'm hoping that I remember them and that they're in the right order. But yeah, it's just, it's come from my car basically, and it's called 200,000 Miles of Love. Oh, we need a bit of volume, because if I don't hear the beginning, it's a quiet beginning. You'll hear the drums and the arms coming. Does anybody know where I put the speaker?
On that side there. It's on your left.
Oh, it's cut out.
You just want to boost, don't you?
Oh no, something else has started. Okay, let's just turn it up a bit to make sure I can hear. Where's the volume? Okay. 200,000 miles of love, 200,000 smiles, my love. Another happy heart, my love. 200,000 miles of love, 200,000 hands to hold, 200,000 dreams of gold. Another story to unfold, 200,000 hands to hold. We're gonna fly away, 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 my love, into another day, into another way, my love, where all our dreams come true, my love, where all the skies are blue, my love. These things I wish for you, my love, these things I wish for you. 200,000 angel eyes, 200,000 fill the skies. I know I've lived 1,000 lives, 200,000 reasons why. We're gonna fly away, 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 my love, into another day, into another way, my love, where all the skies are blue, my love, where all the skies are blue, my love. These things I wish for you, my love, these things I wish for you. 200,000 beams of light, 200,000 wings take flight. I saw an angel in the night, 200,000 beams of light. We're gonna fly away, 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 my love, into another day, into another way, my love, where all our dreams come true, my love, where all the skies are blue, my love. These things I wish for you, my love, these things I wish for you. I heard an angel sing to me. She brought the voice within to me. She taught me what it means to be. I heard an angel sing to me. We're gonna fly away, 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 my love, into another day, into another way, my love, where all our dreams come true, my love, where all the skies are blue, my love. These things I wish for you, my love, these things I wish for you. Million years, 200,000 million tears. Atlantis calls to those who hear. 200,000 million years. We're gonna fly away, 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 my love, into another day, into another way, my love, where all our dreams come true, my love, where all the skies are blue, my love. These things I wish for you, my love, these things I wish for you. away, my love, where all our dreams come true, my love, where all the skies are blue, my love, these things I wish for you, my love, these things I wish for you. It was finally released October last year. It was a 3-year project, sort of putting it all together. And I'm just about going on holiday Friday, and then when we get back on the Monday, I'm back in the studio for album 2. So I'm quite excited about that.
Lou, how have you never told me about this lady?
So the next song, I've got some signs that I used to make years ago. I had a bandsaw and I used to cut these templates out and cut them on the bandsaw in the garden, and then I'd paint them, and then I'd write sort of quotations or sayings or special words on them, and then I'd drill a hole, and then I'd put the string, and then I'd sell them at craft fairs. And there was some cream hearts that I made, and they said Morning Angel on them, and I've still got one on the side of the bed. I don't do that anymore. I'm going back probably 15, 18 years when I did it. But the one day, the sign on the side of the bed rattled when I got up in the morning, and that night it rattled again, and the next morning it rattled and woke me up, so I took it off and I put it on the bedside table, and that night it fell off the bedside table on its own. The next morning when it fell off the bedside table, I grabbed hold of it and I said, "What do you want?" And this song just came through, and it was the first one, really, wasn't it? It was the first one, and I sat and sang it to Stu just raw, thinking, oh, it sounds really cheesy, and we'd not long met and I was shaking. And do you know, he said something to me, I wasn't going to say this actually, but he said to me, I can't remember the next bit of it, we were sat outside and he picked a stone up off the floor, or a pen I think it was, and he said, you know what it makes me feel like? He said, he rolled the pen like that, and he said, well, it might have been a stone. He said, it's like a stone rolling out of the way, and it made me think of Jesus and the tomb. And then something's happened recently. It was when I broke my foot. I broke my foot in November 22, and I was going to a spiritualist church. And as I got out of the car, I'd got these thick walking boots on. I'd just been walking the dog. And as I got out of the car, it was like slow motion. Everything slowed down, and my foot just slid along what must have been a perfectly round, tiny stone. And I'd got these thick boots on, and then I was in the spiritualist church thinking, Christ, that's sore, that's getting worse. And when I stood up at the end of it, sort of an hour and a quarter later, I couldn't walk. And it cracked the underside of my foot. That's never healed, so it's not helping me with this, but that's another story. But this song came out of that sign that said Morning Angel. If you want to jig about, you can. Morning Angel, how's it look for you? He's on backing vocals. Morning Angel, nice of you to come my way. Shall we take a ride and look outside at the things we've yet to see? Morning Angel, thanks for dropping in with me. When I look inside a flower head where the buzzing bee just crept, I know I'll find some magic there. I haven't been wrong yet. When we take a ride in the countryside and I stop and hug a tree, I sing my song to the love inside, and the love calls back to me. Morning Angel, how's it look for you today? Morning Angel, nice of you to come my way. Shall we take a ride and look outside at the things we've yet to see? Morning Angel, thanks for dropping in with me. We'll go and plant a wonder tree and water it with love. We'll fill its roots with peace and hope and other simple stuff. And the fruit it brings gives the kind of things to satisfy the soul. And its falling leaves gives the kind of ease to comfort
for dropping in with me, with the falling of the leaves and the calling of the breeze and the whisperings of Mother Nature's soul. We'll just take a look inside as our dreams all come alive, and we'll watch as nature nurture makes them grow, grow, grow. And if you sit a while with me, we'll not care where we go, for there's no need for wondering, we never need to know. For the magic springs from the kind of things that satisfy the soul, and the kind of love that makes you sing is the kind that makes you whole. Morning angel, if you know it, sing. How's it look for you today? Morning angel, nice of you to come my way. Shall we take a ride and look outside at the things we've yet to see? Morning angel, thanks for dropping in with me. Morning angel, how's it look for you today? Morning angel, nice of you to come my way. Shall we take a ride and look outside at the things we've yet to see? Morning angel, thanks for dropping in with me. Morning angel, thanks for dropping in with me. Thank you, dancers. So there are some songs, the album, you can download the album, I just don't have CDs, so it's on a lot of platforms like iTunes and what else is it on?
I think it's on Amazon Music as well.
Yeah, it's on Amazon.
It's on
Some of the
Spotify.
singles are on Spotify, but not the album. But some of the songs, that one, there's a video on YouTube. They've all got a video, like a footage on YouTube because it's an album.
Sunflower, yeah.
Yeah, on the sunflower one, I knew I wanted to make a video, and just woke up one day and Stu said, "What do you want to do?" And it was a Sunday, and I said, "I need to find a sunflower field." It was so impromptu. I grabbed a red dress, a bright yellow scarf, a hat, and another scarf. And he looked up, and it was the last day of sunflower field in Pershore at the confetti fields. I don't know if I've never managed to get to the
I
confetti
went there
fields.
this summer.
I keep missing it, and I see that it's just about to close. The one year they had a sunflower field, and it was the last year they did it because I don't think it had the benefits for them that the confetti field does business-wise. But we went along with two phones. One of them was playing, hidden down on the ground, so I could lip sync to the song, and the other one, Stu was recording. So we did about 2 hours of footage. And then we put this video together just from a phone, so it's quite amazingly in the sunflowers. Have a look for that. It's Morning Angel, Deborah Morris. Okay, so I've got a couple of muses, and muses are like something that an artist or a writer writes about or paints about. One of them is my son, and one of them is Stu, because those have been the inspiration for some of these songs. So I'm going to sing you Earth Angel, which I wrote Earth Angel not long after we met.
Yes, my mum.
Angel, watch me sleep. Guard my soul in your keep. Guide my life, take my hand. Beautiful angel,
that guy that was climbing up the tree earlier. I'll give you a clue where else he's been, because every verse of this song is something he usually gets up to. There's so many verses, and I'm hoping I'm going to remember them in the right order, because if I don't, I might cock up the arrangement. But if not, just hum along, okay? This one's called Man of the Mountain.
Is this the one you're interested in? He's probably already done one. Have you? No. Okay.
Going down the river on a boat. Man of the mountain, boy of my heart. Man of the mountain, boy of my heart. Man of the mountain, boy of my heart. Man of the river, drifting along. Man of the river, drifting along. Man of the river, hear my song. Man of the mountain, hear my prayer. Man of the mountain, hear my prayer. And when you call me, you'll find me there. Man of the sunrise, morning song. Man of the sunrise, morning song. Sunrise in my eyes, I know you're home. I hear you calling, sing it for me. I hear you calling, sing it for me. I hear you calling, boy of my dreams. bio, have a listen to the album online, you'll notice there's a load of ooze over the end. I know that keeps starting. That song's determined. There's a load of ooze over the end that I was meant to sing there, and only just realised when myself came in doing the backing vocals that I hadn't done them. So you're meant to have some ooh. Okay, that's the wonder of doing it live.
Hold on.
Singing, but I don't have tracks for all the song off the albums, and I searched and couldn't find it. So I haven't got the one. I've got parts of it, but it's not the proper version. But there is a song that started off with me saying to Christopher, I think I was stood in the bathroom doorway, I said, just sing this and keep repeating it for me while I sing this to see if these fit together. So I can't really do it. I've got it here, but you haven't relearned the words anyway, have you? I don't even remember it. Do you remember what the bit was that I asked you to sing in the bathroom doorway? The voice of spirit. So Christopher does the voice of spirit, and the other bit is all that you are, all that you. Do you want to sing it? We're not doing the song, but if you want to sing that little bit, you can.
Go on, Christopher.
All that you are, all that you be, let me weave through you and bring you to me.
Is it just those 2 words?
Just those 4 lines. I'll tell you what, I've got it, but we're not going to sing it because I don't think we'll both remember it.
Do I have to remember the beginning bit as well?
You want me to play it again? I'm just doing this beginning bit, and then I'll do one more song, and then everyone's going to eat, I think. Oh, that's singing this bit that I'm singing on the album. We can't remember it. Give us a round of applause. Honestly, his voice, we won't do it all now because we won't remember it, but honestly, if you have a chance, maybe we can play it on a phone later. His voice is just haunting, it's mesmeric.
Just running the phone box.
Yeah, it's,
I've listened to that track a few times.
so
It's very good.
have you heard it?
Yeah, a few times.
Yeah, and people do say, my 18-year-old nephew said, when's the film coming out? It's that kind of thing. So, you know, I know if an 18-year-old likes it, I think it must be okay. But maybe we can play that through a phone on the Bluetooth later, maybe, if people want to have a listen. So I'm going to do you one more. This one's called Wishing Well. So a few of you may know that we go to Malvern and collect drinking water from there, and I think a few of you do that. So we go to one of the springs. I think there's about 14 aren't there around Malvern, and we drink it at home, and we put it in the kettle and we cook with it. So it's from the pure spring. And there was one day, whenever we go, it's weird because it's an hour from home, but we nearly always bump into somebody who's either heard of the holistic centre or they know something about one of us and something we're doing. And there was this man. Stu was having a bit of a medical thing go on and some tests and things, and that it was all okay in the end, wasn't it? But there was a bit of a time when we weren't sure if it was okay. Anyway, there was this man gathering water when I went to the spring this one day, and he started talking to me, and he told me that he was the man that dresses the wells. So every year around May Day, they have like a ceremony, and they dress all of the wells. And he was in charge of it, and he told me that his friend had given him the job to do because that friend wasn't well and he couldn't do it anymore. And that friend passed to spirit, and he ended up doing it for 5 years, but he said, I can't do it anymore. And he was trying to talk me into doing it. And I'm thinking, well, I live an hour away. He spends a whole year planning how every spring is going to be. So it wasn't something I could do. But this man, if I say he's like a thespian, do you know what I mean? Like a proper actor, but he was like larger than life. But I could almost see through him. He had this big blonde or white hair, I can't remember, and a hat. And he was like almost invisible. He was all dressed quite flamboyantly. And when I got home, I said to Stu, I said, when I was at the well today, I met this man and he was like a thespian. That's all I said. And he said, I know him, I know who it is. But when I was talking to him, I thought, I feel like I know you. But I didn't know him, but I felt like I knew him. Anyway, he'd been to the centre, the holistic centre in Birmingham 4 months before for one appointment with Stu because his friend used to go to Stu. And Stu had come home and said, I met this man today who dresses the wells and he's invited us over, he's going to show us all the wells and tell us the history of them. So So, but I hadn't remembered that bit, and it was really strange because I felt I knew him. And then when I took the dog out that night to walk across the fields, this song started coming through. And it was related to what's going on with Stu. So he's the one man in the song, and the other man is this man who was like an angel that I could see through, gathering water at the well. And it just started coming through, so I thought, oh Christ, I've got to record this, because it's not even verse, chorus, it's a very strange arrangement. So I had to get my phone out, started singing what was coming, and the whole song just came through into my phone like that. So I'm hoping I can remember this one as well. I close my eyes, because if I look at you, I start thinking about things, and then I forget where I am in the song. So I'm not being rude, because I'm trying to remember the arrangement. Here we go, Wishing Well. This is my last one. Yesterday I met a man as I was standing at the spring. I looked at him in wonder, didn't say anything, and the words I didn't speak. Standing at the well, he said, I look at you and listen, and I know you very well, though you don't say the words you're thinking. Your heart is in your hand. I see the dream you're praying to help this sickened man, this wishing man. This wishing man, oh wishing well, can you hear me? Do you hear the prayer I speak today? Please help this man and let him live for another day. His heart is in his own hand and he wears it on his sleeve. Oh wishing well, he needs you now. Help him believe. Wishing well, oh wishing well, I wish you well. Wishing well, wishing well, oh wishing well. Won't you take this man and make him well? This man took out his casket and he held it to the water, and he filled it from the spring and spoke the prayer he heard me sing. He said, this water that you gather here is holier than thou, and you know you drink the wine of God when you drink from this holy well. Oh well, oh wishing well, won't you make this man well again? Oh please, my wishing well, oh wishing well. And there you go, that's a few pieces from my album. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
I know Chris said you would love to hear them. I just think when I do a sound bath or a lot of different things, quite a few of you know we have a little sing at the end. So I know Chris has got his ums on the board. Chris, do you want to do the ums or I am the light, I am love? Shall we do I am the light, I am love? Because it's a bit more melodic.
I'd love to make a request. I really loved when you performed Run by Snow Patrol.
Ooh, okay.
And
This one works really differently with a microphone to without a microphone.
So,
We
yeah,
can if you want to, if you've got
I'd
time.
love to hear it.
If it's not too near the food time, because it's very low, so it needs a lot of echo.
Yeah, just check on what they're doing.
We'll give this a go. It could, I don't know how this is going to go.
Oh, this is amazing.
Let me just find it. Chris.
We're gonna
I think-
kidnap
Is
you,
it this one?
Yeah.
We're going to kidnap me.
It's not that one. It's not that one. Okay, it's got a code number on. Let me just
It's
find
food
it.
for the soul. You don't need physical
No, you
food.
don't. Just sit here all night.
It's got a
I'm quite
code
happy.
number on it. So
You should do little concerts like
Yeah.
in the woods.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Should ask them if you could
Yeah.
like do a little gig here.
Yeah. With all the
mini
it looks so beautiful with all the lights as well.
I'll sing it one last time for you. Then we really have to go. You've been the only thing that's right in all I've done. While I can barely look at you, and every single time I do, I know we'll make it anywhere away from here. Has it stopped? It stopped, I don't know why. Light up, as if you have a choice, even if you cannot hear my voice, I'll be right beside you, dear. Louder, louder, and we'll run for our lives. I can hardly speak, I understand why you can't raise your voice to say. To think I might not see those eyes makes it so hard not to